far as changing your mindset is 1.
Yeah.
So that could be 3, and then the boomerang effect definitely can be 4, because once you change your mindset, the follow-up is then you begin to push out positivity, put out more love. And
absolutely.
And that's something I struggle with, because let me tell you something. When you come for me...
Hey, come on, somebody.
She is on 10.
Right.
And I really have to work hard on that, because I am a sensitive individual, like we talked about that earlier. Yeah. So the words people say to me, I take them and I take them. I take them in, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And now I'm creating a narrative, and this person's attacking me, and I'm never talking to them again.
So she goes to the extreme. Right. Or you are now my enemy.
Right.
We must.
You're against me.
It's a whole war.
And that's right. It is. And that's something I really have to work on, because you can miss out on good things in life.
Absolutely.
Being that way.
Yes, you can. And
you can, in turn, make yourself become dark.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, and I could go
especially
on and on about
trying to internalize or eat off the negative things that people try to put into you. Mm-hmm. It really can turn you dark and make your soul dark.
I tell my kids
I don't want to
this.
be that.
I gave the example of a candle in our house. I lit it. And I said, you know what? This is like the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit can be the fire that kind of ignites the light or the candle. Mm-hmm. And it is your responsibility to be very careful where you share your light.
Oh, wow.
You can walk around and you can share your light with somebody, but some people are in your life that just want to blow.
And they're going to blow your candle out.
They're going to blow your candle out. So you have to guard your spirit.
You better guard your candle.
Guard your heart. Guard your light.
Coming for your flame.
Literally. They don't want to see you shine.
That is, when I tell you, I don't, for some reason, I have this thing when I was growing up where I didn't really believe in things like jealousy or people being, against you, even though they don't know you. But the older I've gotten, I'm like, wait a minute, this is real.
It's so real. Jealousy is a nasty thing.
The reason why I didn't want to believe in jealousy, because I didn't want to think that, hey, I'm just Roz. Like, what are you? I'm just
why
Roz.
You want something from me?
Why would you be jealous of anything with Roz? Because Roz is just Roz. I don't try to act like I'm better than anybody else.
You're like literally the person who's the target with jealousy. Mm-hmm. Jealousy is something that internally is in the other person that seeks something that you have. So they see your light and they're dark.
That's the thing. I didn't see, because sometimes you can't see your own situation. You can't see your light, but everyone else can see your light.
Ooh, yeah, because you're the light.
So, you're just walking through life like, just hey, I'm just me,
Yeah.
Ain't nothing special going on over here.
But in the other people's eyes,
other people's like, oh, look at the light. I see it.
Exactly.
I don't like the light.
Sometimes, yeah, because the light, you know what?
It's bright.
The light exposes.
Oh, man.
The lights, when you turn on a room and you turn on lights, you see what's actually in there.
Yeah, like all the clothes
you can say,
away.
oh my goodness, I got roaches in this house. Y'all got
no God.
She said, no God. Y'all got bats and bugs, all kinds of stuff going on in this house.
We will move.
Hey, but see, a lot of people are moving in darkness and they don't see that in their lives. And so what you do, you bring that light towards them. Jealousy will say, blow that light out. We don't want to see what's going on. I know what's going on. I made this life of mine, but I don't want to deal with it yet.
Right.
Some people don't want to deal with self-development. They don't want to deal with all their insecurities and stuff like that. So we, being the positive lights that we are, thinking that the world is supposed to be just love and peace and harmony. Hey, we're just loving people.
Walking through with the light.
Yeah, we're not trying to hurt you. We're just trying to help you. Turn that light off, somebody said. Turn that light off and stop shining around.
Right.
I'm doing all this nasty stuff in the dark. Go home somewhere. I don't want nobody to see what I'm doing. But you know what? Love. If you still show your light and share your light with love, I think love is like that protection.
Yeah. Oh,
if you're protecting yourself, if you're going around giving out love and good energy to people will say, you know what? It's something about you. That's the boomerang effect. Something about you.
and you walking among all these unloved people.
Unloved people. But you know, it covers them and it will change them. See, once you share your light with somebody, you now expose them to something else that they could probably want to work on.
Right.
They'll say, hey, you know what? I didn't know I needed to do that.
You know, someone said this to me recently in the last few months that whether you know it or not, each person you come in contact with, you leave a lasting impact on them.
Absolutely.
You impact their lives. And it can be positive or it can be negative.
Mm-hmm. So it's your choice.
Right, but you impact them. And I'm like, wow. And now it may be some people I've negatively impacted.
Right,
but I like to think that I've positively impacted people, and I hope I have.
Right.
I hope I've given people hope or, you know, some guidance in places where they were seeking answers. I never want to be that negative.
I was about to say, that's the thing that you're growing into. You're growing from what you going through. Because literally, you recognizing, okay, I hope that I did affect these people in a positive way. I know I did some wrongs, but if I can change those, maybe those would be some rights. But now that I know I have this power to affect people positively, let me do that instead. Let me be the light and share it with people and give them love instead of all this things. Because everybody can give off negativity. It's like, absolutely. I can be mean. Easy. It's super easy. Yeah. I can give you a whole bunch of what I want to say to you.
Right.
But it's the people that change the world that give off love. The ones who really make an impact are the ones who give off love. Because they're giving light. The more light you get, the brighter it gets. Like, you think about the day versus night. Everybody thinks it's more beautiful during the day. Some people think it's beautiful at night, too, because you can have some beautiful nights.
Yeah, you can.
But you see things in a whole new perspective, a lot better. You can see it. You take the best pictures in the brightest sunlight.
That's true. But I want to encourage our listeners to begin and look and find your light. Find it and let it shine. Absolutely. And be okay with it shining. I think that's one thing that I'm still working towards, is now that I realize there's a light that everybody sees that I didn't see, it's like, okay, it's a good light. It's good. Roll with it.
Right.
Let it shine.
This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine.
Oh,
see them church songs. Right. You remember that from church.
You do. But, that's good. Be okay with that.
And don't be afraid to grow.
Embrace it.
Grow up. Grow up.
Wait a minute, we done told people grow up.
Grow up. Because that's the biggest thing. It don't matter what age you are at. I've seen kids that are more mature than adults because they grew up faster.
Absolutely.
The mindset grew up.
The mind, right. And I think, too, when you're talking about growing up and people having a more mature mindset, I think it has to do with experience as well.
Absolutely.
So your experience sometimes can grow you up.
Oh, yeah.
Because what you're going through
it's going to make you grow.
Can make you grow. So, But if you're not, if you're still immature, that's okay.
Yeah.
You got time.
Still got some time.
Life is a marathon and not a race.
Come on, somebody. Say it again.
Life is a marathon and not a race.
All right. So this is a different question just to kind of like change it off, because I know we've been growing through stuff.
Yeah.
But are there any things that you're afraid of?
Everything. No.
Like, is it something that you like literally are just terrified?
So when I was growing up, my biggest fear was being a failure. And I held on to that fear for many years until I learned that you have to try in order to be, successful.
Yeah.
And you fail
because you didn't try.
Because you didn't try. Because I was so afraid of doing more than, this might not work out or this might not do right. Yeah. So I wouldn't try.
Wow.
And it wasn't until I was well into my 30s. This is sad, but
that's
that I realized, like, hey, you gotta get out here and do something. Yeah. Try something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, Ron, you killed it. That just light bulb.
Yeah.
You fail before you even fail.
Right. You fail because you didn't try. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're wasting so much time and energy on being afraid, and you haven't even done anything. Like, what are you afraid of? Nothing? It literally is the fear of nothing at that point because you haven't done anything.
Wow. That's crazy. And that's the definition of success. When we go back to last week or the week before, it's like literally trying. Once you make the effort to actually do something, that's a first step of success.
Absolutely.
I think about, I'm doing, I talked to y'all about this, the Duolingo, learning Japanese.
Okay.
So, you know, they give you these, I think, stages. So the first stage, first level, you have to do 60 lessons on the first level.
Okay.
So the first lesson, of course, is going to be a challenge because you don't know anything. So I've done my first level 1. Hey, I'm gangster now. I know nothing. No, I'm just playing. I know Ohio. That's good morning. And
Ohio.
I was about to say Hashitashi, but that's not even, I don't know what language that is.
Is that Martin? Did you just quote Martin?
Hashitashi. Is that a TV?
Hashitashi. Well, do you remember the episode when they bought the TV?
Yeah, that's what I said. I think it's a TV brand. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I ain't mad at you.
But see, the thing about it is every level, there's like this little that makes me feel so happy because I've accomplished.
I'm winning.
Exactly. I'm going to the next level. I learned that word. Now I know 2.
Right.
And but that is success.
That's success.
Because I've tried, I've applied, and now I'm growing.
And you know what? That's one of the things that has been so rewarding for me about 2019.
Yeah.
Is that I literally can look back at this year and identify all of the things that I said in January that I wanted to do for this year and look at those things and I've accomplished them.
That's amazing.
And I'm excited because I'm like, oh, well, what's ready? I'm ready for 2020 because I know that if I try, no matter the outcome, I'm successful because I tried.
Come on, I need an applause for that. There's an applause for that.
Yay! The crowd goes loud. Right. But yeah, so that's my fear. I do have a fear of
failure. Well, like you just said, you've already been successful, so you've accomplished that fear. Because that was what I was going to say is, have you overcome that or are you still working on it?
Well, there are some areas that I'm still working on, like when I'm getting ready to do something, even though I've already said I'm going to do it, it's still like that little doubt monster in your mind. Like, oh, it's probably not going to work out. But, yeah, you know.
It's a creepy monster.
Right, it is. Like, you know, but it's not preventing me from trying. Yeah. And that's the thing. I think it's okay. You know, nervousness is natural. So as long as it's not preventing you from actually getting out there and trying something.
So you could say you have overcome because you are not afraid of failure no more.
No.
Exactly. That's good.
I'm afraid of not doing anything now. So
now I just need to keep doing it.
You got to do something with your life.
Right.
Yeah, but no, I literally have overcome that one. But I am still working to, when we talked about the light, not being afraid of my own light, like being okay with my own greatness, and getting out there and letting everybody else see it.
Wow,
that's one I'm working on now.
You know what? Because I'll take mine and say that was what I was afraid of. Is, and this might sound crazy, but it's only because I've seen what it does to a lot of celebrities as well as just people who are major. I have always been afraid of being too great.
I get it.
Because literally, I see a lot of my friends. One of my friends just went through a very embarrassing situation. Dwight Howard was just in the news for the longest for, you know, some things that he did not do, didn't even know the situation. And because of who he was, it went around the world in a matter of like seconds.
Right.
And your life changes that quick.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa.
Right.
And I was there to witness, you know, a lot of things that he was going through behind the scenes because I'm like, dang, you know, I know who this person is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And because of accusations, you're still going to deal with something that's untrue about you that will still change your entire world.
Yeah.
So being afraid of like being too great because a lot of people learn who you are before you even learn yourself. and then they'll judge you, they'll talk about you, they'll put you down. And one thing I'm proud of him is, like, you know, he literally went through a lot of things and still came out on top. Now he's with the Lakers. They got probably one of the best teams that's going to be around. So I'm like, yo.
And you know what's amazing about that story is it kind of goes back to that saying that this too shall pass.
Oh my goodness.
Because if you notice, like, I hadn't, you know, other than you just mentioning it now, I remember hearing the story and I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And nobody else is talking about it anymore. And it still has